Hello and welcome back to another NPC recreation video. I must start this video with a little bit of a notification that the following is basically spoilers for part of the Dawntrail MSQ and characters located within. I think we're safe to use their names and obviously show them on the thumbnail, but for context they are related to Dawntrail and I don't want to spoil that inadvertently for you. So if you haven't finished Dawntrail to completion, then perhaps come back to this video in the future. But for now, you have been warned. Thank you so much. Let's continue with this vid. So one of the reasons I'm over here actually in New Game Plus of Living Memory, as you can see here, that's how you can reactivate a zone if it's sort of dead and, you know, like Living Memory just basically fades into non-existence, is because there are certain characters that you meet which actually turn out to be Kryle's parents, or at least, you know, their afterlife of Kryle's parents. It's quite a sad storyline. It's a storyline I would like to see more of. I would have loved if Kryle's storyline was longer than it actually ultimately ended up being, but there's some great precious memories from this, so I wanted to recreate both of her parents. So let's go on to that. Okay, so first of all, let's look at Robor. Robor is, of course, a Lalafell and is a Plainsfolk, much like Alayla as well. There is a slight difference here that you might immediately know. The hairstyle is not this hairstyle. The one that Robor uses is actually the fashionably feathered hairstyle, which you can get from PvP for 18,000 wolf marks. It is from the Wolf's Den Pier, from the quartermaster for wolf marks. Apart from that, we've just basically picked one that looks like that. We'll look in the game properly in a moment with the correct hairstyle when we use a Fantasia on my main character. But as you can see here, it is a 75 tall sort of range. I went back and had a look in comparison to the other character. I think this is about right. Face number 3. Skin color is somewhere in the top region. I went for one down, 3 across, which is 216, 202, 165. And then obviously the hairstyle we talked about. And then for the color, it's this sort of gray color here on the top row again, just a few over. So that's 81, 81, 81 on the RGB. Jaw type number 2, eye shape number 4. Large irises, and the eye color, I think pretty close, if not the exact color, is 116, 175, 168 just down here, which is of course in that turquoisey blue range, which I really like that eye color. We've got type 2 eyebrows, a type 2 nose, type 1 mouth, lips we haven't changed, type 1 ears, and it took me a while to sort of figure out how long these ears would actually be, so in the end I just went for medium because I couldn't really tell if it was like an odd number or what. No facial features, no tattoos, and nothing else, and then whatever voice you want, and that's pretty much Robor. And then when we created Alayla, same principle can be said again. So as you can see here, unlike Robor, she doesn't have any special premium hairstyle. This is just all available from stock. So I went for a 50 height Lalafell, and then we've gone for bust 50 again, and then face number 1. I think that matches the correct face. I certainly don't think it's the others. Face number 1. Skin color, we've just gone for 1-1. I think she's just, you know, generic pale complexion. Hairstyle, obviously it's on the second row, 4 inwards. It looks exactly like that. But a hair color, we've gone for RGB 109, 90, 54, as you can see, which is mid-range brown. I thought it would be slightly brighter, but I think it actually is that kind of mousy brown as well. So, and then for the jaw, we've got type 1 jaw, because it certainly isn't the others. They make it sort of extend downwards. Eye shape number 1, iris size large. Eye color, we've gone for this brown color, which is 169, 135, 70, which is just in this mid-range here between yellow and red. Then we've got eyebrows type number 2 underneath that fringe. We got nose type 3, mouth type 1. Then for lip color, I haven't touched that. Ear shape, I went for type 4. And the size, she has really small ears, so I've gone for size 0. And then that's pretty much it. So let's get into the game, see what these look like with their appropriate glamour and proper hairstyles. Alrighty then, here we are in the game with those changes made. Of course, we've got that hairstyle equipped from the Wolves Den Pier, which looks a lot better, and it really has brought this character to life. For the pieces of gear then, this is the Blades Acton of Healing, which is actually from Boshin Southern Front with the Boshin coins. This is actually dyed, as you can see on screen there, with that blue, it looking pretty great. And then we've gone for the Dwarven Cotton Gaskins of Healing as well, and then the Swallow Skin Shoes of Healing. Originally, it looks like the NPC itself utilizes what I can only tell would be the Gathering set of legs. I think they're called the Ovim wool set. Now, obviously, we can't mix and match between Gathering and, you know, job-related gear. That doesn't make sense. So Square Enix has obviously, you know, put whatever gear they want together for the character, and it's up to us to use shared models. And fortunately enough, the Dwarven Cotton Gaskin set does actually match that. It's just a reissue, a recolor. As you can see, it's instead of brass, it's got that green color. Now, there's no dual dye system, so we can't take away that green, unfortunately, but we've got Dalamud red on those bottoms to match what originally the color of those look like. Hopefully in the future with a dual dye system we can fix that, like I say, but for now that is how it is. And then we've got the Swallowskin shoes, obviously sort of black, as I say, of healing as well. But yeah, it's pretty much a healing set, and I focused around the chest piece as the main focus rather than swapping that out, because I know there's the Blades Acton of Casting, but that's got a silver set of metal on the shoulders and inlay, which obviously would be more of the glamour being wrong, as in this case it's just the legs basically that are the most glaring issue with that green. So yeah, that's as close as I could get with Robor. So let's move on to Alayla. So with Alayla, I think this is a much more successful storyline. There are basically no compromises with this gear, which is super exciting. As you can see with that stock hairstyle, we don't have to worry about doing wolf marks or anything like that. And it looks pretty much exactly like the character. I am super happy with this. So the chest piece is actually the Felicitas tunic, as well as the Felicitas gaskins. Both of those are dyed void blue. Those are the pieces from the Felicitas furball set from your island sanctuary. So we've got void blue on the main color, and then we've got cherry pink as the secondary dye on the chest piece. That's essentially how they've done that. And on the legs, the other dye, obviously we've got void blue, but the secondary dye is canary yellow, and you'll notice that that's how they've got those yellow stripes, which is kind of cool. It reminds me of Fallout for some reason, seeing the blue and the yellow like that. Really cool actually. But yeah, basically we can have full access to even all of the correct dye options as well, which is great. And then on the bottom, we actually have the Elemental Shoes of Healing, which is obviously a little bit more difficult to get. It's not dyeable in this state. This is the non-dyeable version. This is from Eureka Pyros. Of course, there is the glowy version, which is a +1 from Hydatos, but these aren't glowy, so this is just the Elemental Shoes of Healing normal, basically, from Eureka Pyros, which is actually not too difficult to get. But again, there's not many shared models for that because the elemental gear is quite unique. So to get boots like that elsewhere, you're going to be compromising. But it's amazing. We can actually get every piece in the game, and it's not requiring us to do strange things and, you know, have to find shared models because Square Enix used a gathering piece. So yeah, this is probably the most successful of the two, but I really like this. I think it's cool. I really wanted to see more of this storyline, as I've said, and it deserved to see more. So I'd love to have like more flashback sequences with both Robor and Alayla, and obviously Kryl involved in the future. I just think Kryl needs more storyline personally. Like, let's look at these things together then with the use of retainers. Alright, here we are. We've done exactly what we did with the previous NPC videos as well, where we've essentially used retainer vocates in our FC garden here just to display these as actual retainers. So yeah, basically I've just recustomized some retainer characters and placed them in the garden and put the gear on, and I think they look pretty good, quite honestly. So yeah, especially with my character dressed up as Kryl there with the Kryl outfit, which is called the Scion Hero's attire from the cash shop. Robor is definitely one of the cool characters from this. I really love that chest piece. It works really well. A little bit sad about the legs. Again, there's nothing we can really do about that. But for Alayla, though, it is perfect one-to-one replica. So if you're going to create one of either, I would probably go for Alayla. But yeah, that's just really just my love towards these characters. I thought that it was probably one of the better sides of the Dawntrail storyline and definitely helped to break up some of the other pieces. I just wish it was a little bit longer, and I hope it gets elaborated on in the future, because it certainly seems like a plot line that is going to open for all sorts of things, and hopefully even an expansion or two. Anyway, much love. Let me know what you think about the storyline of Dawntrail specific to Alayla and Robor. If you miss these characters, were you crying onions as well? I don't know. Let me know. Have a great one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Much love. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.